Everyone, welcome to the show. So, I have more Trump tariff and economic regrets to share with you. A bee farmer named Jim Hartman spoke with CNN. He is a Republican. He voted for Trump in all three elections. Hartman, though, is saying that he is holding off on improvements on his farm. He is not going to be hiring any new employees, and he's repairing rather than replacing some of his older equipment. And here's what he had to say about voting for Donald Trump.
Did you ever think when you voted for President Trump that things were going to cost you more and you were going to lose money?
I never thought I was going to lose this much money, this fast.
How do you feel about your vote for Donald Trump now?
Well, I feel like perhaps I should have considered some other options.
And beyond the tariffs that Trump just imposed, which definitely increased the cost of his supplies because he buys bottles and cork tops for his honey. Trump and Elon Musk have cost Hartman a ton of money because of their Doge cuts. So check out this part of the interview.
For the past 2 years, Jim has been selling honey to the federal government, which then provides it to schools and food banks. But after Donald Trump took office, the USDA cut those programs suddenly as part of the federal government's effort to streamline spending.
For a lot of other local farmers around here, it was a major source of reliable revenue. For me, it's going to cost me around $150,000 a year.
$150,000?
Yeah, roughly 50% of my revenue.
So, yeah, Trump is directly and negatively affecting his own repeat voters. Also, he can extend his massive tax cuts for the wealthy. That is what it boils down to. So NBC News also spoke with Trump voters who took part in a poll that they conducted in March. And they went back to ask these people, how are you feeling now after Trump's Liberation Day tariff announcements? The responses were mixed. And I will admit the majority, they're fully in the cult, but some are unhappy with what they voted for. So 64-year-old Pennsylvania resident Kathy Phillips, she told them, quote, "The track he's on right now is just to piss the Democrats off, and I think it's kind of working. But no, I'm not really too happy with the way things are going right now. He's really gone off the wall. We're scraping pennies together. I know how hard it is for us. I can't imagine how hard it is for seniors who are even older than us. Something's got to give somewhere." Yeah, well, how's it feel to own the libs? Then a Wisconsin man named David, he declined to give his last name, but he said that he voted for Trump in both 2020 and 2024, and he believes Trump is, quote, "throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks." And then he said, quote, "I cannot see a reasonable business person in the near term looking at this and saying, I feel confident that I can invest millions of dollars into a new production facility and create new jobs in the US. I was expecting a more reasoned and logical rollout." David also slammed Trump for criticizing Biden on inflation and then going in front of the cameras and admitting, oh, yeah, your prices are going to rise during this administration. Unfortunately, though, even though David has entered the find out phase, he still said if he could go back and do it over, he would still vote for Trump. But he hopes, I hope there would be better options in the future. Another 64-year-old Arizona man who refused to provide his first or last name, he says that he now views his vote for Trump as a, quote, "big mistake." And he told NBC that his retirement account has dropped at 35%. And he said, quote, "It's happened without any reasonable explanation. I don't understand how to declare a trade war on the world, how to betray the allies. I can't understand it." What cracks me up is how some of the diehard MAGA cult members are now just parroting Trump's talking point about, short-term pain, short-term pain. I was hoping someone would finally ask them, like, what do you consider to be short term pain? And actually, I found someone who did. So I'm going to share that with you guys tomorrow. Because these people clearly they have no idea about how long something like this would take and how many small businesses will suffer and shut down in the meantime. You know, how many people are going to lose their jobs and their life savings. So, anyway, I also have some responses to share from a BuzzFeed article. So they asked 2024 Trump voters, do you plan to switch sides? Do you plan to maybe vote for Democrats in the midterms? Sadly, again, a lot of the responses were for MAGA diehards. They're still drinking the Kool-Aid, but some Trump voters have had a change of heart. So one person responded, quote, I am on Social Security disability and my wife is on Medicaid in a nursing home. I voted for Trump, but now Medicaid cuts are being brought up, and Trump said he wouldn't touch Medicaid or Medicare. He said on day one he'd lower grocery prices, but he didn't. His tariffs are going to ruin the economy. I'm voting Democrat now. Another said, quote, I voted for Trump, and it has become one of the biggest mistakes of my life. I'm embarrassed and ashamed of myself. I will not declare who or what party I will vote for. You can bet I will do my due diligence thoroughly this time. And another person took issue with Trump's entire party, and they said, quote, I don't trust the GOP. I'm changing to independent. I will never vote Republican again. One other person replied, quote, I'm never, all caps, ever again going to vote for Trump or anyone else in the conservative party. Then a user named Casual Skull also responded and said, quote, as a former Republican, I've since denounced the party and am now an independent. I'm planning to vote for Democratic members of Congress for the foreseeable future in hopes of somewhat restoring this chaos. And then someone with the username of Delicious Fish wrote, quote, the Republican Party is dead to me now. I'll definitely be voting Democrat in the next several elections. And another anonymous person said, quote, I'm a Republican now voting Democrat. Someone else with a handle of Clumsy Glue simply responded with, quote, straight Democratic. And then an anonymous user said, quote, my vote will be for any Democrat. I'm an independent voter, but I will vote Democrat in 2026. And yet another anonymous user responded, quote, yes, I will be voting Democrat in 2026. So even if a fraction of those are true, even if the rest are fake, it's a good sign. I'm also seeing more and more Reddit and Twitter posts of regret. So this next person posted on Reddit, quote, I voted for Trump, but these tariffs are killing the market and pushing us deeper into higher inflation, if not a recession. He should have increased only 10%, which most economists were hoping, but instead he went too extreme, causing futures to drastically drop. Retirees' 401ks are getting creamed. Last but not least, CNN recently spoke with another business owner. This person was named Ryan Messenger. Messenger is the CEO of a company called First Rate Blinds in North Carolina. He voted for Trump in 2024. He voted for Biden in 2020. And he told CNN, quote, I'm losing sleep over tariffs. A president has never made me lose sleep before. And the messenger said that he's already been hit with about 20% increased costs for some of his products that he imports from Mexico. But he said that Trump's chaotic approach is causing a ton of confusion regarding what's actually exempt and what's not. And Messenger said, quote, everyone is scrambling and confused. It's so messed up. Yeah, that's Trump for you. Scrambling, chaotic, confused, messed up. So anyway, I will have many, many more to share with you in the coming days and weeks. They're not all about tariffs, but there definitely are a lot more of those as well. So yeah, people are finding out, aren't they? All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.